everyone. It's Trevor, Peak Potential Physiotherapy and Wellness here in Collierville, Tennessee. Just making sure y'all can hear me okay. To you live, I talked to y'all a couple days ago about why you're having that pain in your ankle and your heel. Talked about the Achilles, the phantom pain, all that could become your calf pain. So now I'm going to tell you what you can do about it. Okay. So how can you beat those cramps or beat the problem that a lot of our runners have that come to see us? So I'm going to link to the blog below. Hopefully there it is. And see if I can do it without cutting myself off again. If you have questions, please put them in the comments. Don't hesitate to put a question in there later when you're watching it, or if you caught it a little bit late and had a question, don't hesitate to put it in the chat. I will get back to you on all of that. Okay, so I'm going to give you 5 ways to beat muscle cramps. What is a muscle cramp? I'll explain that. So taught you the why, going to tell you how and what to get rid of it. Okay, so muscle cramps, what happens is they nearly affect everyone, especially all athletes, because they cause pain, they cause frustration, they slow you down, and especially runners. Runners are at the top list, and I had them a lot myself as a soccer player, because cramps usually occur in the muscles used most during the workout. And so in one study of marathon runners, over 95% of cramps occurred in the leg muscles. A lot of times people say they have a stitch in their side or something like that, but this study showed that with runners, 95% happened in cramps, which isn't far off from what I was doing in soccer. We were basically running after a ball or after someone else. So you are far more likely to cramp during a race or any kind of aerobic activity when training, since you're pushing yourself harder. So in addition, you're more susceptible at the end of a race when you're more fatigued. So what is a cramp, you ask? I'm glad you asked. So the dreaded, the muscle cramp, ow, feels like I can't go any further, someone wants to stretch your leg, occurs when the muscle becomes shortened and locked into a painful spasm, okay? The spasm's uncontrollable. You can't do anything about it. It's involuntary and it's sustained. Basically, it stays contracted when it should be relaxing. So when you have a calf cramp, your foot shoots down because that's what the calf muscle does. It points your toe down. So it's out of control. Then, is there anything we can do to decrease the occurrence or stop the cramps once they occur? So there's debate about this. What's the true cause of the sustained spasm? And many opinions as to what to do about it. So most people are saying stretching it. There's the multi-factor approach is combining various research and also anecdotal findings that seems to be the most logical to stop the cramp and its tactics. Something I've tried, and I don't know, it does say that stretching's in here, and you still see a lot of people stretching, but something to try. This is, I'll give it to you at the end. It's a little tip that I learned not so long ago, maybe a couple years ago, because this is what I would do a lot too. So try this as well. I'll give you a bonus one at the end. So number 1, stay hydrated. Consume fluids both during and after training. It's vital. So newer research indicates dehydration may not be the true cause of cramps though, but the benefits of hydration is widespread. So if it really causes or decreases cramps, great. If not, then it's good for other health reasons anyway. It's proven though that consuming adequate fluids during your exercise will improve your performance. Okay, mineral balance is number 2. When it comes down to control of your muscle contraction, calcium, magnesium are important minerals. We have your sodium, potassium. Too little potassium, calcium, or magnesium in your diet can contribute to leg cramps. So these can be depleted with certain medications as well as obviously exercise. So fluid retention, high blood pressure. In addition, deficiency in these minerals can affect strength and athletic performance. So number 3 is stretching. This is, again, a bit controversial. A regular stretching program prior to the race and after the race can help decrease the cramping, but a regular stretching program targeted at the prone muscles to cramp can reduce the onset of exercise-associated muscle cramps, something that we found. This must include static stretching, held for at least 30 seconds, to lengthen the muscle fibers to make them longer and to alter what's called the spinal neural reflex that regulate the muscle contraction and relaxation. Basically, it's the control center. So we just added in a little high $2 word for you. At the onset of the cramp, evidence indicates light passive stretches can help them go away faster than rest alone. So the gentle pull triggers the brain to send signals down to the muscle to relax. I'll get to that that bonus one that talks. It's in regards to this. So 4 is specific training. So specific training, muscles that are not sufficiently trained for the exercise that you're doing are more likely to cramp. So if you don't train the muscles and then go try to run, it'll be tougher. So build training intensity gradually and pace yourself appropriately for your fitness level to not prematurely overload the muscles. So most cramps happen when you push yourself, when you're at your limit. And if you can get those muscles used to that, you'll be less likely to cramp. So think logically to a logical conclusion, hopefully, right? So therefore, training needs need to be similar in intensity and duration to the actual race. So that's where this, why people have a training regimen where you ramp up and then ramp down. So to perform on race day, your muscles must be used to the type of vigorous activity that you're about to do. Number 5 is adequate recovery. So since the muscle usually cramps when it's fatigued, rest and recovery are critical to prevention of those cramps. So schedule both training sessions and competitive events so that you are fresh and restored for the start of the next one. During rigorous training or race session, sports massage, physical therapy, soft tissue work, all that will help in recovery. We actually have recovery packages where we use soft tissue mobilization to help get the body stimulated. It also helps with performance too. So you can ask about that. It promotes muscle relaxation, accelerates the disposal of the metabolites that build up in the muscle as well. So are y'all ready for your number 6? This is a bonus one, number 6. So I heard or was taught recently that, so a lot of people say, okay, well my forearm contracts, so it'll cramp and it'll pull my arm like this. So hopefully y'all can see this if I'm in front of the camera or not. So it'll contract like this, and that's what all the muscles are going to be tightened. So a lot of times people will just revert. I'll be just a few seconds. Revert back to stretching it. So it'll be tight, and then people will revert to just stretching it, like it talked about. Light stretching will send a signal to your muscles to relax. But the way I thought about it, and after I talked to someone about it, made sense. The muscle cramp is a spasm. It's all spasm like this now, okay? So then I try to stretch it, and I'm trying to stretch it, but think if I forcefully stretch it, what am I doing? I'm almost pulling apart these muscle fibers that are contracted. What's going to happen to that, right? It's going to get injured. So all these muscle fibers are contracted, and then you've seen it on the field. Someone comes and stretches your hamstring out real quick, and then you're forcefully stretching this muscle. I think it's going to cause micro tearing or strain to the muscle. So what are you going to do? Let's not stretch it vigorously. I know it said stretch lightly, but you just see it all the time. Stretch the sucker as hard as you can, get the cramp out of there. So what I would say is, let's say it's cramped and it's pulling, so you can see, and it's pulling me into this position. If you can turn the muscle on and you just try to turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off, then I think that will promote relaxation as well. So you can see what works best for you. So let's say you're all tangled up. Instead of trying to stretch it out, try to turn it on and then relax. turn it on, and then relax. So you're sending different signals to that brain, or from your brain to that muscle to relax. So it's called a contract relax technique. It's used for other things that we do in therapy to increase range of motion or decrease tension. But trying the contract relax, turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off, to relax that cramp, as opposed to just stretching the heck out of it and possibly creating some soreness. Sorry, I just had a friend come in, so I was just checking on them. All right, so hopefully that gives you the 5 ways to beat muscle cramps, and a 6th you can try for measure. So basic aspects of good health will help facilitate the prevention of muscle cramps. That's your nutrition, your hydration, your vitamins and minerals, and obviously your sleep. That's the recovery. Depending on the activity, duration, and environment, the body may require additional assistance, may need some electrolyte drinks. These aid in electrolyte balance, as well as various vitamins and minerals, and will increase your glycogen levels and carbohydrates for that quick energy that you might need in the middle of a race. So warning, don't just go grab anything labeled sports drink, okay? Quality is the key when replenishing these vital nutrients. So look for an equal balance of sodium, potassium, as well as calcium, magnesium, amino acids, and carbohydrates. So if you need a little bit more guidance to negotiate the nutrition side of things, the hydration side of things, the recovery side of things, or muscle cramps, you can call and speak to one of us. So one of our docs here, one of our doctors of physical therapy. So in the link or in the blog, you can click on that and ask a conversation. The best thing we found, I don't think I have any right now. So the best stuff as far as balancing your sodium, potassium, if anyone's seen Rehydrate, that's a great product. It's a little different than Gatorade. It's a one-to-one on your electrolyte balancing. So if you have any questions, please again put them in the link below, and we'll go from there. But thank you for your time, and have a great rest of the week, and have a great rest of your day. Thank you.